Whether or not you use Quizlet in an ethical way or not, everybody uses Quizlet. But they have now moved the learning and the testing modes to Quizlet Plus. So you can no longer do that for free. They basically said if you are actually trying to learn the material that you're looking at, you're gonna have to pay. Like Quizlet low-key more and more has become way more monetized. These programs are for students. It's for people that are younger. It's for people that don't have that much money. I graduated right on time because I am not trying to pay for no Quizlet. Hey everyone, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. And this is a little bit different type of video. It's not your typical reaction video. I still want to do content where I kind of just like talk about certain things. But unfortunately, I'm not able to find videos about everything. And so I figure why not, pull up a tweet and then, we can discuss. And so I found out a couple of days ago via Twitter that apparently Quizlet is no longer free. And let me explain. So basically, you have this tweet right here by at Yoon Alicia, and she says, "Gotta love how since I first used Quizlet in 2018, the price has jumped by 225%, and now the testing feature is all of a sudden premium, and it has been my main study method for the past 6 weeks. And $10 a month for access. I used to pay $20 a year." Shaking my head. And so as you guys can see, Quizlet apparently has decreased the amount of free features that it offers. They're pretty much trying to force you into paying for their platform, which I just think is just really grimy, especially because Quizlet, y'all know Quizlet. If you're literally if you are within the age range of like, I don't know, 25 and younger, you know Quizlet. Okay, everybody and their mom has used Quizlet. Whether or not you use Quizlet in an ethical way or not, everybody uses Quizlet, right? I've been using Quizlet since high school, right? And because of that, because the demographic is high school, middle school, college students, like I even remember too, like using Quizlet for like just everything, really, not even just to study, but even making my own flashcards or looking up other flashcards that other people have made. Like if I was studying for a certain AP test, you just go into Quizlet and you type in AP or whatever. Sometimes I would use Quizlet or what, oh my god, what's the other one for books? Spark Notes. Spark Notes was my go-to if I did not want to read a dang on book. But then my teachers were petty because a lot of them, they started to peep game on Spark Notes, and so they started. I had, granted, I love my English teachers from high school, but they started getting really petty to where when they would make up tests and quizzes, they would purposely pick questions that couldn't be answered through Spark Notes. So anything that was covered in Spark Notes, none of the questions were on that stuff. They made it to where you literally had to read the book and know like weird like details that you would only know if you actually read the book, which I just think is ridiculous, because even if you did read the book, you're not going to remember minute details that don't contribute to the story. But anyway, that's side note. It appears that Quizlet did change up some stuff. So I do have another tweet that I am going to show you guys that kind of gets into what these exact changes are. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see. Someone had posted a screenshot of this new thing called Quizlet Plus. Because I know, like, I also seen people say Quizlet Premium. I don't know if they have like different subscriptions now instead of just one, but they have this thing called Quizlet Plus. where basically, and if you use Quizlet for what it was intended for, when you're learning certain terms and stuff like that, you know that you have different ways of being able to retain the information. You can, make it to where you're taking an actual test. They have matching, they have flashcards, all of that, right? But they have now moved the learning and the testing modes to Quizlet Plus. So you can no longer do that for free. It's been free this whole time. If you had a vocabulary test coming up, you could just, put it in a flashcard, go to test mode and test yourself. You could do that for free. But you can no longer do that for free now. You have to pay for Quizlet Plus in order to, and learn mode too, which is nuts. And so they basically said if you are actually trying to learn the material that you're looking at, you're gonna have to pay, which I think is ridiculous. But you can see with this first bullet, it says you can sample, learn and test for free on every study set or upgrade for unlimited access. So I don't know if sampling means you can only do this with certain mode. I mean, you can only do this with a certain amount of words. Like you can't do all of your flashcards. I don't know if this means that you can only click the button a certain amount of times before you have to pay. Either way, I think it's ridiculous. And honestly, I low-key saw this coming. Like Quizlet low-key more and more has become way more monetized. And I also noticed too, and I'm not sure when this change occurred, but I remember like back in the day, you could use Quizlet without an account. Like you didn't need an account. Everything would just pop up. But now if you're looking at a flashcard set and if it goes past like, I don't know, like 10 cards or something like that, in order to access the rest of the set, you have to make an account, which I did not like. Granted, again, I've had my account since high school, so it wasn't a problem. I just would log in. But yeah, I just been noticing that slowly but surely they've been doing stuff like this. And then for the second bullet, it says this subscription change will help us reinvest in building great study products for millions of students like you. So this addresses their subscription change. So as that last person said, she used to pay only $20 a year to get all of the premium content. And now they've upped that to $10 a month. And I'm assuming, like if you do the yearly subscription, you know how they do. It's like you times it by 12, but then like they'll give you like a 30% discount off of that. And if you do the yearly plan or whatever the case may be, but it sounds like it's going to be way, way, way more than $20 a month, which is ridiculous. I think $20 a month was reasonable because again, these programs are for students. It's for people that are younger. It's for people that don't have that much money. And the fact that they are doing this to try and make people, pay to use your platform is ridiculous. I already thought Chegg was OD with the $15 a month. That really wrecked my bank account. I'm not gonna hold you. But yeah, all these platforms, Quizlet, Chegg. Again, I haven't been on SparkNotes in a minute because I haven't had a class that has required me to read any literature in a couple of years. So I haven't been on SparkNotes or paid for SparkNotes at all. But I have paid for Chegg. I haven't paid for Quizlet. And I'm like, dang, I graduated at the right time. I graduated right on time because I am not trying to pay for no Quizlet. And, like I said, if you're using Quizlet for what it's intended for, this really hurts you. Now, if you're using Quizlet for the same reason that most people use Quizlet, I don't think it's going to affect y'all that bad. Because, again, all you do is just look at the flashcards. You don't really have to go through all the different modes and stuff like that. But you do need an account, though, to see all the cards. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. Like, I cannot believe Quizlet. Like, and granted, I understand because I do like to put things into perspective and look at it from all angles. The world is expensive, right? Inflation is affecting everything. And so maybe Quizlet, it has lost out on funding and resources because of how expensive everything is. Granted, they're not selling any physical products. Like, their whole thing, like their whole product, their whole, like all of that is digitalized or digitized. And so I really don't know. I don't know it says help them to reinvest, but what are you actually using the money for? Like, I think people were fine with what was given. Um, but this is really a shame. I feel bad for y'all that are still in school and that use Quizlet and actually like, like Quizlet is like a part of, actually learning the material. Like, cause again, like I love Quizlet. I've been using Quizlet from the beginning of time. So it's sad to see them do this to people, because there's going to be people that like can't afford that $10 a month. That adds up. And again, when you're a broke college student, and most students aren't working either, they don't have a job, or if they do have a job, they're spending it on necessities, they're not going to be able to afford to do this. I don't know, it's a shame, it's tragic. But let me know what you guys thoughts are in the comments down below about Quizlet becoming way more expensive now for no reason. If you're still in school, and how this may impact you. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.